guys, welcome to Tez Talks number 18, the Q&A series 2. We have really good questions, like very thought-provoking questions today, so I hope you enjoy it. I don't know exactly what you're recovering from, so I don't know if that means that you are bedridden or you have some sort of mobility, but I would suggest, first and foremost, about keeping a positive mind state and acknowledging that you just went through a surgery in order to help your physical body to perform in the best way that it can. So being grateful about that is a good start. And then also utilizing this time to strengthen your mind, reading a bunch of books. I remember I wasn't recovering from surgery, but I was recovering from childbirth. So the first kind of 2 weeks after I had given birth, my body was really sore. So I was just kind of sitting on the couch and I was breastfeeding a lot, but I was reading, and just completely like stimulating my mind and growing my mind, and it definitely kept me in a beautiful balanced state. And then of course integrating very healthy food choices. So I remember I was having a lot of steamed broccoli and lotus root and big plentiful salads with quinoa and avocado, and people were making food for me. So be okay with other people wanting to help you out, to take care of you, to nourish you, to nurture you. And make sure that you are taking in really healthy foods, especially during this recovery process. And then if you are able at all to move your body, I remember a week after birth, I just started slowly kind of walking around my neighborhood. So if you can walk, fantastic. If not, taking a swim, having someone take you to go and swim some laps would also be a really positive thing for your body and for your mind. And just using this time, like allowing yourself to have this time to recover your body physically, but also to just nurture yourself mentally and spiritually. And you get to have this time. You don't have to go back to work straight away. You don't have to go to university or whatever you're doing in your life. You don't have to go and catch up with people. Like, you really can just take this time and use it as a way to tap into what your own self needs are and make sure you're acting upon whatever it is that comes up, so you could actually make this time really beautifully enriching and enjoyable. All right, all the best. I hope you feel really well and you continue your healthy path of recovery. I am a sensitive person. I'm super sensitive. My mum's so sensitive. I've always been sensitive. I married the most sensitive person. And I love it. I think people, when you're sensitive, you have to navigate through the challenges of life probably a lot more than other people who don't have such a sensitive nature. And you feel the depths of life. You really kind of feel it. But the flip side to that is the good stuff feels even better too. So yes, you have to get into like some of the really challenging stuff that life throws at you, because you are a sensitive spirit and you do take on that energy, and it is very challenging in those moments. But I love the opposite to it. You're so sensitive to the light too, and you get to have that polarity, which I think is amazing. And then and just that vibrancy of when you're living in light and when you are in a really beautiful and open place. Just being sensitive to that experience is an incredible gift. So I love being a sensitive being, especially because of all the things that come with it. I think I can get deeper. I can get even deeper because of my sensitivity. Even though at times it feels really overwhelming and really hard. And then sensitive people are incredibly empathetic, which I think is beautiful. We can tap into people's energies and really understand them and connect with them. And I love how when you are in that mind state, when you are a sensitive being, you can really be a good friend and really connect and just have just immense empathy for people. And that's such a beautiful part of a sensitive's nature. I think it's everyone I know who has that kind of sensitivity are some of the most loving people I've ever met, and also creative. I think you can get really super creative when you're a sensitive individual, and I love that. I married someone who is deeply sensitive. Mark is a very lovely, sensitive spirit, and he's been told so many times in his life, "You're far too sensitive. Stop being so sensitive." But it's his sensitivity that makes him so beautiful and makes him an incredible sounding board for other people. So there are such benefits to being that way, and I have always embraced it. I think when I was younger, it was really hard being a sensitive person. But now I have the perspective that, being sensitive means that I can embrace new concepts in a way that other people can't, and I can connect with people on this real, deep and empathetic way, and I feel the energy of the world so much deeper because I am a sensitive human being. And so I embrace that, and I love that part of myself. I'm feeling like there is a real shift towards embracing our femininity, just as a society, in both men and women, which is fantastic. I think there used to be a time in our society where it was definitely looked down upon, especially when men showed signs of femininity. But to me, the strongest men in the world are men who are so in touch with their feminine sides. Again, my husband he's macho. He has a very male energy to him too. He's very physical, and he loves to work out. He has a lot of testosterone, but then all he wants to talk about is like loving and compassionate things, and sends me beautiful gratitude emails, and is so peaceful and understanding and patient, and like this is all sitting in this beautiful feminine energy. And I think it's the feminine energy of the world which is going to start to heal some of the friction that we see. But there seems to be a movement towards it, which is fantastic and really exciting, and makes me really hopeful for our future and our future generations. And I certainly am raising children, especially my sons, who don't have any daughters yet, but my sons, to like love on their feminine energy, to embrace it, like to be gentle and loving and peaceful, and just seeing my son go up to people and hold them on their shoulder and say, "Are you okay? Like, be happy. Are you okay? Do you need anything?" And this is my 2-year-old son, and it gets me excited because it's so integral that we have more of this energy in the world, because it's peaceful. It's making sure that people aren't leading with anger and resistance and jealousy and ego, and it's stripping away all of that stuff. So I certainly like to tap into my own feminine energy and reconnect with that part of myself, because I do have a lot of masculine energy too. I'm a leader. I like to make plans and follow through, and I have a really strong personality, and this is all my masculine side, but I feel at peace when I'm sitting in a beautiful state of femininity and embracing that side of myself, and I'm inspired when I can feel that energetically around me. That's why I go and spend time with people who I know are like that. And that's like one way to do it, is just integrate yourself in those communities of people who make you feel that way. And then the more you do that, the more you're going out into the world being that way and leading by example, and others gravitate towards that energy, and then they'll start taking on that energy, and then they'll start taking on that energy, and then they will go and reach out to other people in that way, and then all of a sudden there's just this incredible charge, this like force of the feminine divine, and it's incredibly powerful. I think it's much more powerful to be in that place than it is to be in that masculinity, even though there is such a place for that. You know, it's the yin and yang. We need both of those things to coexist with one another, but there's a real rise to the feminine power, and I think it's on us to continue to inform our men and to encourage our men and our sons to lean into that side of themselves and not be ashamed of it, not be afraid of it, because it's in that where the answers lie, I think. That was a really good question. Well, we're out of time now, so I will see you guys next week.